Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning all about biathlon, the unique Olympic sport that combines the high-intensity cardio of cross-country skiing with the calm precision of rifle shooting. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. To master the muscle memory required to handle their rifles in the middle of a freezing blizzard, rumor has it Olympic biathletes have to pass a blindfold test. They have to be able to completely disassemble and reassemble their rifles and then load 5 shots into the magazine while completely blindfolded and wearing thick winter gloves. What do you think? Is this an actual part of the Olympic training? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is biathlon. That's Biathlon. The word biathlon comes from Greek roots. It combines the suffix bi, meaning two, and the word athlon, meaning contest or struggle. Essentially, a biathlon is a two-part contest. While there are other types of biathlons, such as those involving running and cycling, the term is almost exclusively used during the Winter Olympics to describe the grueling combination of skiing and shooting. While today it's a recreational sport, it actually evolved out of crucial survival skills that people needed in snowy climates: the ability to travel quickly across the snow and the ability to hunt for food. The athlon part of the word is the same root found in athlete and decathlon, emphasizing it isn't just a hobby, but a serious physical struggle. In a modern Olympic biathlon, that struggle is primarily about the transition between the two parts, moving from a heart rate of 180 beats per minute during the ski to a state of total stillness for the shot. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about biathlon. Number 1. The biathlon rifle isn't your average rifle. It's actually specially engineered to still work while frozen. Unlike a standard hunting rifle, a biathlon rifle is a .22 caliber rimfire rifle that's custom built to survive extreme sub-zero temperatures. The moving parts are designed with specific tolerances so they won't jam or freeze shut when moisture from the athlete's breath turns into ice. They also feature specialized flip-up covers on the barrel and the sights to prevent snow from getting inside while the athlete is skiing at high speeds. They're also unique because they're carried on the athlete's back using a specialized harness that keeps the weapon from bouncing while they ski. The weight of the rifle is strictly regulated. It has to weigh at least 7.7 pounds or 3.5 kilograms. Because every gram matters when you're climbing a mountain on skis, but a heavier rifle is easier to hold steady in the wind, engineers spend hundreds of hours finding the perfect balance for each individual athlete. Number 2. Missing a single shot triggers a grueling penalty lap. In most shooting sports, missing a target just means a lower score, but in the biathlon, a miss has immediate physical consequences. Depending on the specific event, every missed target requires the athlete to ski an extra 150-meter penalty loop before they can return to the main course. This loop usually takes about 20 to 30 seconds to complete, which can make all the difference in the world if you're shooting for the gold medal. This creates incredible psychological pressure the athletes refer to as range tension. As an athlete approaches the range, they have to decide whether to ski as fast as possible to save time or slow down slightly to lower their heart rate so they don't miss. A clean round, hitting all 5 targets, is often more valuable than being the fastest skier on the track making the biathlon not only a really extreme physical struggle, but also a psychological one that's often won by athletes who can stay calm and keep a steady hand with high stake risks and smart strategies. Number 3, the targets in the prone position are only about the size of a golf ball. Biathletes shoot from 2 different positions: prone, lying down on their stomach, and standing. When lying down, the athlete is more stable, so the targets are made much smaller to increase the difficulty. From a distance of 50 meters, or about 164 feet, the prone target is only 45 millimeters wide. That's about the size of a golf ball or a large coin. When shooting from the standing position, the athlete is much more wobbly because they're tired and the wind is blowing them around. To compensate, the target opens up to a generous 115 millimeters, which is still kind of small. I mean, that's about the size of a small grapefruit. Even though the standing target is larger, it's often considered the hardest part of the race because the athlete's legs are shaking from the intense physical exertion of the cross-country skiing. Number 4, biathletes use Zen breathing techniques and aim to shoot between heartbeats. After skiing several kilometers uphill, an athlete's heart is pounding. Their lungs are screaming for air. If they try to shoot while gasping for breath, the rifle will bounce up and down, making it impossible to hit those tiny targets. So, biathletes train for years to master ventilation control. As they enter the shooting range, they take several deep, controlled breaths to oxygenate their blood, and then they actually time their shots to occur in the brief pause between heartbeats. By pulling the trigger at the exact moment their heart is at rest, they ensure the rifle is as still as possible. It's an incredible display of mental discipline that looks like calm meditation in the middle of a chaotic race. And our 5th and final fun fact for today: the biathlon actually has its roots in 18th century military history. The first recorded biathlon was a competition organized in 1767 between Swedish and Norwegian border guard companies. These ski warriors were trained to defend the mountainous borders in the winter, and they held contests to see who could shoot accurately while maneuvering through deep snow and thick forests. The sport eventually evolved into military patrol, which was a demonstration event at the very first Winter Olympics in 1924. It wasn't until 1960 that it officially standardized as the biathlon we know today. This military heritage is still visible in the sport's culture, which emphasizes discipline, punctuality, and the steely resolve required to perform under pressure in the harshest winter conditions. Now for some news you can use. When we get worked up, we often don't perform at our best. If you don't believe me, try going for a quick jog or doing a set of jumping jacks, and then immediately try to thread a needle. You'll see how incredibly hard it is to do careful, precision tasks when your heart is racing or you're tired. This is exactly what a biathlete faces every time they enter the shooting range. But remember, difficult is not the same as impossible. Just like any other skill, you can practice and improve your ability to calm yourself, focus your brain, and steady your hand even when your body is under physical stress. The trick is to focus on exhaling. When your heart is racing, your natural instinct is to take short, shallow breaths. Instead, try to blow your breath out slowly through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a candle. When you take that long, slow exhale, you're actually stimulating your vagus nerve, which is the command center for your parasympathetic nervous system. This is the system responsible for your body's rest and digest mode. By extending your exhale, you signal your brain to release a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which acts as a natural brake for your heart. This physiological brake physically slows down your heart rate and lowers your blood pressure, overriding your fight or flight response and helping your hands stay steady even when your legs are tired. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked if biathletes really have to pass a blindfold test where they disassemble and load their rifle while wearing thick gloves without seeing what they're doing. Well, that's a fact. While it isn't an official requirement from the International Olympic Committee, it is a standard training drill for almost every elite biathlon team in the world. In the middle of a race, conditions can be brutal. Blowing snow can block a player's vision, and extreme cold can make your fingers go numb. Athletes have to be able to clear a jam or reload their magazine purely by touch and muscle memory. By practicing while blindfolded, they ensure that they never have to look down at their equipment, keeping their eyes focused on the targets where they belong. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about the biathlon with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.